Imagine the feelings Mike had every time he went to work, constantly frustrated about the jokes and harassment he received from his colleague Ben. From comments about Mike's clothes, insults how stupid and lazy he does the work, jokes about his inability to finish some project, etc. After 2 years of almost everyday frustrations, Mike had two options. Either he fights and defeats Ben and shows he's a dominant alpha male, which was hard to even imagine for Mike because Ben was a big guy. Option 2 was to reveal why and what was causing Ben to behave like this, and try to understand him for his actions, which wasn't an easy job to do as well. Mike decided to learn more about emotional intelligence by reading books and researching on Google. And soon as he gathered basic knowledge of what that is, he decided to put it in action. Long story short, after observing and analyzing his colleague for 15 days, Mike finds out that in his childhood, Ben's father used to talk to him in the same way, treating him as a loser and constantly destroying his self-confidence and self-image, which created deep insecurities, especially when Ben is surrounded by other people. This leads to Ben forming a defensive mechanism in his mind that, as a result, he attacks and insults others before they joke or insult him. After discovering this, Mike forget about the humiliation he was receiving from Ben and decide to help him by talking and explaining to his colleague how his actions affected him negatively and what was the reason for that. Since Mike was talking the truth, his colleague was interested in hearing and learning more about emotional intelligence and improving his life as well. They become very close friends, helping each other and caring for one another in the future. What's the benefit of emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence relates to this story and similar situations in our everyday life because sometimes we don't see our weaknesses or stupidity rationally, and that can shift us in a completely different course in our lives. Emotional intelligence allows us to understand ourselves better, connect with others, empathize with our coworkers, have deep conversations about our relationship with our loved ones, and live a more authentic, healthy, and happy life. Being emotionally intelligent can help you connect and interact with others easier, improve your communication skills, help you become more resilient, and lower levels of insecurity or depression. Simple definition of emotional intelligence. Recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions. Recognize, understand, and influence the emotions of others. Emotions can drive our behavior and impact people. That's why learning how to manage those emotions can be priceless. How to cultivate emotional intelligence. Although there are many ways, I'll share 5 tips I've used so far. Self-awareness is the CEO of emotional intelligence. The ability to have a deep understanding of yourself, knowing what you feel and why you feel it, can be powerful and gives you more accurate perceptions to recognize your emotions as they happen. To increase your self-awareness, make an effort to observe and reflect on your strengths, triggers, patterns, weaknesses, values, and developmental opportunities so that you are in the best position to be internally familiar with yourself. I recommend 2 books for greater understanding of emotional intelligence, which I'll link in the description. EMPATHIZE is the ability to understand other people's emotions. Understanding that everyone has their own set of feelings, desires, triggers, and fears. To be empathetic, you feel what the other person is feeling, and you're allowing their experiences to resonate with yours in order to respond in an emotionally appropriate way. It's a rare skill, not too many of us are having, so taking the time to learn this skill can have a unique experience and impact on you and will enable you to connect with them more effectively and may even teach you something about yourself in the process. Number 3, complaining. Complaining unlocks 2 things: that we are victims and that there aren't solutions to our problems. Remember that complaining can become addictive, especially if you're around people who complain a lot. Rarely does an emotional, intelligent person complain or feel victimized and even feels that there aren't solutions to a problem. So instead of looking for someone or something to blame, they think constructively and find the solution in a peaceful, private places. Breathe deeply. When we are stressed emotionally, our bodies react as there is a threat nearby. Our heart rate speeds up, blood vessels drop, and our eye vision is unclear. I will link in the description the whole post of 3 breathing techniques you can try. Number 5. Predict your feelings. Think and plan a situation or place you are going into and predict how you will feel. Be sure to give every feeling a name, or even better, write the name if it's more convenient, because naming the feeling puts you in control. Only through managing our emotions can we access our intellect and our technical competence. An emotionally competent person performs better under pressure, said Dave Lennick. Thank you for watching, be sure to subscribe if you find this video useful, and I'll see you in the next one.